Hello. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Fatima if you haven't been here before. Alright, so today I am doing my first tutorial type sort of video. I don't know. Okay, so I had done a card it was a birthday card for Christy. She's from Ethnic Green Living, for her birthday. And anyways, we were talking. She had a birthday challenge going on, and we were talking, and she mentioned that maybe I should make a process video to show how I made her card. So first of all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you want to see the card that I made for her, I did a share video, a video response actually, where I showed the card that I made for her, and I will link that down below. I just wanted to say before anything that I'm just a humble student of the craft. Let me turn this. I do not pretend to be an expert or anything like that, but this video is just to show what I did in her card and how I got it done, and you know, I don't know, hopefully it will be helpful to somebody out there. So I had these plain cards that I had laying around, and I thought that using one of these would be will make it easier for me to do the card. So this is what I used for her card, and I didn't like this paper. I don't know, it wasn't going with what I was trying to do for her. So like I said, I was trying to do the shabby chic. So what I did is I covered it with paper, and this is what I'm going to do today. And I am going to stop talking and start working now. I will see you later. Oh, one more thing. I used this paper pack from Walmart that I got a while ago, and I actually got that pack to use on my art journaling, but it is kind of shabby. See, it has this sort of vintage distressed kind of papers, and that's the shabbiest, most vintage paper that I own. So my supply is limited, so that's what I used. There we go. So now to work. All right, so I just had this paper, and I was just talking there how with her card I just cut the individual square, but for this one I decided to just put the paper all around the outside, because when I did hers I had to put ribbon into where the crease is, because I didn't like how it looked when it folded. So I was gonna try a new way, and then I realized that my paper was not big enough for one of the sides, and so I tried to look for another paper of the same pattern, and I didn't find one, so I decided to go with that anyways. The space that didn't cover is very small, so I'm just going to cut it off, and that's just gonna make the card a little bit smaller, but that's okay. See, you can see there in the corner, and I apologize in advance if you can hear some background noise. My baby's playing over there. All right, so I cut it, and then I just want to crease it a little bit, because that makes the paper easier to fold, I found. Fancy that. Excuse my voice, I don't know what's going on. Just a second. Okay, so there we go. And for her card, that pink paper is a paper that I want to layer on top. That is a step that I didn't do with her card, but I wanted to, you know, add an extra interest, extra texture, extra everything. And excuse the speed, but this video was kind of long, and since it was I was very close to the camera, I was standing up, and then I realized that I was too close, so I sat down. So sorry about that. I hope that it didn't make you dizzy. Okay, so I am just distressing the edges here, and I am here showing you that you can do the same thing with a pair of scissors. You just have to be more careful with the scissors, because they tend to rip the paper more than you might want to. So yeah, I'm just doing that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and ink around the edges again, just to cover the white space that I just uncover with the distressing tool. And this is how it looks, and I like that. And I'm just looking there that it kind of ripped a little bit, but it's all good. We're trying to go for that distressed look anyways, so I like that. And I'm doing the same thing to this paper that I'm going to put on top, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, I should have cut it a little bit shorter than it was, because you can barely see the blue underneath it, but you can see it, and it's nice. It kind of gives it a little outlining, I guess. So yeah, that is see, in the size you can barely see it, but still good, it works. So I'm just going to add that paper on top, and I was kind of proud of myself that I finished this card in under an hour, sort of, and that never happens. Everything that it takes me such a long time, I guess because I already had an idea in mind of what I wanted to do. Anyhow, let me just go back to the layout here. I'm just adding this doily because I have in my head that I wanted to make a cluster in the corner. For her card, I did a shaker, I guess a shaker box, and I added it to her card, and so that's the same thing that I'm doing here. I'm repeating the process. I'm not decorating it the same way that I did my other card, you know, the card that I did for her. And I am not the best at using the hot glue gun. This thing and me, we are just, you know, we have a love-hate relationship, and I always burn myself, or I don't know, put glue where it's not supposed to go. Anyhow, so I'm not the most graceful at doing this. Anyhow, I just wanted to add this little bit of ribbon just so make it look like, you know, finished, because it had those two edges coming into each other and it kind of didn't look good. So I just added that there, and I'm liking how it's going. And then I'm moving on to my shaker box here. And for her card, I did not put anything underneath. One, because I liked the paper that I had in the background to show, and two, because I didn't really have a card with a sentiment, an appropriate sentiment to put there, and three, because I didn't have a clear piece of plastic to put on the as the frame, you know, to see through. So I used vellum in her card instead of a clear piece of acetate or something. And I just put that little bit of doily in the corner because I'm planning to make another cluster. And here I'm showing you that I used 2 pieces of foam because it was thin and I wanted it to be a little bit you know, taller, I guess. So I took just some foam, some of those craft foam that you get in the store for the kids to play with, and I just glued 2 pieces together and I made my dimensional square. And sorry about the lighting change, my flash turned off and I had to turn it back on. And now I am adding the frame on top. Well, I was checking it to make sure that it fit the you know, that none of the pieces were kind of spilling out or anything like that. And yeah, something that I didn't do for this card is that I cover the outside of the foam, so that when you looked underneath the shaker you wouldn't see the foam, but you know, I covered it with the same piece of paper that I did the frame. And I didn't do that here because I couldn't find that same paper. I think I ran out, and so, but it's all good, you know, we just want to hide our secrets, right? No, who's gonna be looking in under there anyways? People that make these things, that's who. Anyhow, I'm just adding here some ATG. I thought that it was going to be stronger hold, and I actually messed it up here, and I lifted, and when I lifted the frame, all the ATG came off of the foam, and it was kind of cool, but also not very good. See, now all the phone is completely clean, and here I was trying to take it out, and then I was thinking that is going to make a mess, and I'm not gonna be able to you know, pick up all the things there. And I was just erasing some lines that I made to guide myself, and I just decided to add some of that tape runner there, so the surface of the foam is not so slick for the ATG to adhere to it, and that worked better. And there we go. Now we can shake and it doesn't fall off and nothing is coming out, and so that worked. I put it on crooked the first time, that's why I took it off. And now I'm just going to figure out how to layer these flowers here in the corner. And I was looking, and oh yeah, this is the part that when I put it crooked, you can see a little bit of the foam from the top, and I just cut it, and I'm gonna, there you go, I came back. I was just fiddling around with that because I didn't want to cut through the paper, so I just cut the phone really carefully and remove the piece that I didn't want. And there we go. I'm just showing you some paper flowers that I made because the space that I have to work with is small, so I needed some smaller flowers to add to my cluster here. You could have left it just with the 3, that's completely fine, but I like the look of a lot of stuff. I don't know why. And those paper flowers I made with a tutorial that I saw on Little Hat Tamale, and I will link her down below. She has awesome tutorials for embellishments, you know, not vintage related, just embellishments in general, but these flowers came in handy to add here. And then when I was adding the flowers, I thought that the background looked kind of plain because I don't have any leaves or anything to add to it, so I decided to go to my handy dandy lace, and I just added some in some strategic places so we can see, you know, when I put the flowers, the empty spaces are covered, and that's what I did. And now I'm adding my pink flower, and I would have wanted that blue one at the bottom to be a little bit more underneath the pink, but I had glued it already, and a little bit of the white was showing, so I went ahead and put one of my paper flowers there. And I cut, those paper flowers are made with circles, so I just cut some circles out of the same paper that I'm using. And yeah. And I like doing those paper flowers because every time you make them, they come out looking different, you know, they're not very uniform, and so I like that. So you're using something that doesn't look you know, like it's made by a machine. And I apologize for my babies over there getting amused by a toy. Yeah, so over here on the top I decided, I was thinking I wanted to add a bow because, you know, underneath I have the flowers that are sticking out, and the flowers, the blue flowers, have these little, I'm not sure, what do you call those little, I don't know, sticky thingies that I don't know what you call them, those extra little things. And I wanted to add something else to the top, so I decided to add a bow, and I looked to see if it would work, and I did like how it looked, so I went ahead and added it, and it's just squished there in between the flowers. But I like how that looks. It's just a little something. This is why I like to do this type of what am I saying? This type of crafts, because of all the details that you can add to it, you know. And I wanted to add this butterfly, and because it was in my originally I wanted to use the butterfly, and because I used one in her card as well, but I was looking here how to put it, and then I put it over there to my left, and then I decided that that right corner looked kind of empty, and I am not a fan of white space, so I went ahead and play around a little bit in this corner to see if it would work. And I'm putting these rhinestones here, and I'm seeing which one I like better, and I'm gonna go back to the two little pieces that it looks better, because the two little pieces look cute, but it doesn't kind of overpower the rest of the card, you know. The main focus are the flowers, but you know, that butterfly is hanging around, you know, because where there is flowers there is butterflies. And I think, yeah, I stopped because I wasn't sure if I wanted to add the butterfly or not, so I left it there for a little bit, and then I came back and I decided that yes, I did wanted to add the flowers and the other two, yeah, the two paper flowers and the butterfly to it. So I am committing over here, and I'm gluing my things down, and I am, oh yeah, I'm waiting for the glue gun to heat up. And this is the problem with this glue gun, when it has two settings, low and high, and when you put it in low it just doesn't heat up, and then when you put it in high it's so hot that you can see the glue boiling. And I burnt my finger a couple of times with that thing. This is what I'm talking about. I am just not good with hot glue. Anyhow, don't matter. I'm almost done here. I'm just going to do a couple of finishing touches, and yeah, because I was looking and it was kind of, it's missing something, and so I decided to go ahead and add some rhinestones, and you know, because I just like to add stuff. And I don't know if I like that 100%, but I think it looks okay. I think it does. And I was just cutting some of those and adding them there, and I was looking, and I turned it vertically, and I found out, you know, that design works vertically very well as well. So if you want to do it, you know, in that, what do you call that, landscape or portrait, it works, and I like that. Yeah, then I am going to just put a few more rhinestones over here in the corner, and then I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna show you some sort of close-up, but I will put pictures at the end, and that will be it. My card there at the bottom says "You got this," and it was kind of the only card that I had that worked with the colors, so that's why I used that one. It's a weird sentiment, but yeah, you got this, reinforcement. Anyhow, I hope that you guys like this video. Let me know if you do. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Talk to me in the comments. You know I love to chat, and I love to hear from you. So thank you for watching, and thanks for all of my new subscribers, and welcome, and that's it, guys. I will see you next time. Bye bye.